So yeah, this is our next victim. It's only a 10-minute video, so it's not a very long one. It's really the only one here, so let's go for it.
47 cranes, $15 billion, and a dream that just became reality. Melbourne's 5 million residents were trapped by a transport crisis that choked their entire city.
5 million people. We have 5 million people. Jesus Christ. Guys, I didn't know we had 5 million. I knew we had like I thought 3.4 or something like that, but apparently 5 million is a lot of people. Didn't know.
Every day, millions of passengers squeeze through a single underground bottleneck built.
Yes, the city loop. So yeah, basically that's our main area. I know the city loop very well because I was on it last Sunday.
The city loop couldn't handle the load anymore. The solution? Bore twin 9-kilometer tunnels beneath Australia's densest urban core. Slice through bluestone bedrock, navigate around century-old foundations,
Goodness gracious.
all while keeping the city running above. November 30th.
That's a challenge, I've got to be honest. That would be
as the metro tunnel opened its doors. But what did it take to carve a new future beneath one of Australia's busiest cities? Let's find.
That's interesting, guys. I never actually knew where the city loop actually went around. I obviously knew about the city loop, but I didn't know where exactly. All I know about is this area here and a little bit up there, but I didn't know it goes like that. So it goes around the city. Obviously, it's going to go around the city. It's called the city loop. What do you expect it to be called? But yeah, it's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know it in great detail, so that's kind of interesting.
Find out. Melbourne Transport Crisis Solution. Melbourne's transport network had a fatal flaw. The city loop. This single underground rail circuit became the choke point for the entire metropolitan
Oh yeah,
system.
definitely a pain in the ass.
Every direction had to squeeze through the same narrow tunnel. The loop was already over capacity, and without intervention, the network would collapse under Melbourne's explosive growth. Delays cascaded across the network like dominoes.
Yeah.
The human cost was real. Commuters from the outer suburbs faced 90-minute journeys for trips that should take 50 minutes. Parents missed their kids' bedtime stories because they were stuck on delayed trains.
Oh goodness.
Workers chose jobs based on train timetables, not career opportunities. The transport crisis was reshaping how people live their lives. The government's response was audacious. Instead of expanding the existing loop, they'd bypass it entirely. Twin tunnels would slice beneath the CBD, connecting the busiest suburban lines without touching the congested city circuit. This wasn't just about adding capacity. This was about fundamentally rewiring how 5 million people move through their city.
Wow.
The tunnels would run 40 meters underground, deeper than any rail infrastructure in Australia. They'd pass beneath heritage buildings, active construction sites, and a web of utilities that kept the city alive. The scale was
One
staggering.
screw up, guys. Kaboom!
Tunnels, 5 new underground stations, all carved from bedrock, while Melbourne CBD operated normally overhead. But could they actually pull this off?
I think they can.
Thousands of Victorians lined up from dawn to be among the first passengers through the new underground network. Underground tunnel boring technology. 2 tunnel boring machines named Joan and Alice became the stars of this underground drama.
Damn.
Each machine weighs 7,000 tons and
goodness
stretches 90
gracious,
meters
that's
long.
a lot of money.
These
a lot of weight.
chewed through Melbourne's notorious bluestone and clay at a rate of 10 meters per day. The tunnels passed directly beneath Parliament Station, a 150-year-old heritage structure built on shallow foundations. One miscalculation could bring down Victoria's seat of government. The solution required surgical precision. Engineers installed over 300 support.
Yeah, that would take a lot of effort, wouldn't it?
Machines arrived. Each pillar was positioned with millimeter accuracy. The margin for error, 0. The tunnel alignment demanded perfection. Gas mains, water pipes, fiber optic cables, and building foundations created a 3-dimensional maze 40 meters underground. The boring machines had to thread between these obstacles while maintaining laser-straight trajectories. Alice encountered bluestone so hard, it shattered cutting tools designed for granite. The crew developed new diamond-tipped discs that could slice through rock harder than concrete. Joan faced underground water flows that threatened to flood the tunnels. Waterproof seals and constant pumping kept the bores dry. Temperature control became critical. At 40 meters depth, geothermal heating pushed air temperatures toward dangerous levels.
Yeah,
Industrial cooling
that would make it
systems
hot.
chilled air
You don't want to go in there hot, guys. You don't want to melt, do you? Dehydration and all that shit.
Operated 24 hours a day. 3 shifts of engineers monitored every meter of progress. Laser guidance systems ensured the tunnels stayed within centimeters of their planned route. Real-time sensors detected ground movement above, protecting the city's foundations. Each boring machine cost $50 million. They're custom-built for Melbourne's specific geological conditions. The cutter heads rotate at 2 revolutions per minute, applying 8,000 tons of force. Conveyor belts removed 1,000 cubic meters of excavated material daily. The breakthrough moments were cinematic. When Joan punched through to create the first complete tunnel, cheers echoed through chambers carved from 400-million-year-old bedrock.
Oh, damn it.
Alice followed months later, completing the twin-bore system that now carries Melbourne's future beneath its feet. Melbourne Metro Tunnel cost budget. The Metro Tunnel sits at the center of Victoria's $100 billion Big Build program. That's more infrastructure spending than most countries attempt in a decade. Opposition politicians called it fiscal madness. Budget blowouts became inevitable.
All right.
Initial estimates of $9 billion stretched to $15 billion as
Well,
engineering
how the hell did they get that expensive? That's a lot of money.
complexity and cost. Labor shortages drove up wages. Global
Yeah.
supply chain issues inflated material prices.
Yeah, of course
Yet
it
the
did.
economic case remained solid. The government fired back with economic modeling. The metro tunnel would generate $1.30 in economic benefits for every dollar invested. Reduced travel times, increased productivity, and property development around new stations would pay dividends for generations. The timeline pressure was relentless. First passenger services were promised for late 2025. Missing that deadline would trigger penalty clauses worth hundreds of millions. Political careers hung in the balance. Melbourne's population was growing by 100,000 people annually. Without the metro tunnel,
That's
the
a lot of
transport network would
people.
collapse under demand within a decade.
What? So that's what, a year? This explains what's getting so crowded around here. Maybe when I was young, guys, the city wasn't that congested. Now it's really congested. Even in the suburbs where I live, out in the northeast area, that's really bad.
The choice wasn't between spending and saving money. It was between spending now or facing transport chaos later. The project
Transport
delivered on
chaos
time.
later.
The opening proves that massive infrastructure investments can work when engineering excellence meets political commitment. The
Yeah.
$15 billion price tag seems reasonable when measured against the alternative. A city
Definitely.
strangled by its own success. Melbourne train network transformation. The metro tunnel adds capacity and more. It
What's it
rewrites
do?
the rules of Melbourne transport. For the first time in the city's history, passengers can travel cross-city without changing trains. The Sunbury line connects directly to Cranbourne.
Oh, that's nice.
Pakenham links straight to the southeast. No more forced transfers through the congested city loop. The time savings.
Ah, so it goes like around
a
it.
journey from
Right,
Sunbury to Cranbourne
around it,
previously
yeah.
required 90 minutes and 2 train changes. The new network cuts that to 50 minutes on a single train. Commuters reclaim 40 minutes of their lives, twice daily. 5 new underground stations became architectural marvels carved from bedrock 40 meters below street level. Arden, Parkville, State Library, Town Hall, and Anzac feature soaring cathedral-like spaces with
Yep.
natural light filtering through glass atriums.
That'd be
These are
nice just to
underground
check it
landmarks
out,
that rival
guys. I
any
mean,
surface
I'm almost
architecture.
tempted just to go on that train just to see it. I gotta get to that side of Melbourne because I'm not on that side of Melbourne. I'm on the, like I said, east, but my train line doesn't go through that. So the only way to do it is I get onto the train line that does.
Each station handles
I don't have a good
40,000
phone,
passengers daily at
so
peak
it makes it
capacity.
hard too.
Platform screen doors prevent accidents and maintain climate control. Digital displays provide real-time information in multiple languages. Accessibility features include lifts, tactile guidance, and audio announcements for
Finally.
visually impaired passengers. The capacity explosion solves Melbourne's growth crisis.
Good.
The limited service launch already delivers 240 extra weekly services. When full operations begin February 1st, 2026.
Okay, it's
dubbed
not
the
far
Big
away,
Switch,
guys. That's
the network
yeah,
will
about
carry
a
an
month.
additional 1,000 weekly services. That's equivalent to removing 200,000 cars from peak hour roads. Property
That's
development
interesting.
follows the new stations like a magnet. High-rise apartments, office towers, and retail complexes cluster around each entrance. The
Cool.
Arden precinct transforms from industrial wasteland to high-density residential hub. Property values surge within walking distance of the new network. Local businesses report immediate impacts. Cafes, restaurants, and retail stores relocate to capture new passenger flows. Employment hubs emerge around station precincts.
Yeah, of
creating
course. It's a
multiple
big,
work-live
it's a big
communities.
network,
The
guys. There's a
economic
train
multiplier
station and all
effect
that.
spreads as businesses relocate closer to stations,
course.
and workers choose homes based on metro tunnel access. Melbourne just solved a century-old transport crisis with impossible engineering.
Yeah, hasn't they
A
haven't?
city that was choking
Yeah,
on its own
hasn't
success
changed for
now has room
years.
to grow for generations. The metro tunnel represents more than infrastructure. It's proof that cities can reinvent themselves without losing their character. Melbourne kept its heritage buildings, protected its neighborhoods, and still
Yep.
managed to thread modern transport beneath it all. The opening marks a turning point. Melbourne transforms from a city constrained by its transport network to one liberated by it. The tunnels move people and possibilities. If you want to see how other cities are tackling impossible infrastructure challenges, watch this next video about Singapore's underground expansion.
You know what? I'm interested. I might watch that. What guys? What me? No, should we watch it? The Singapore one. It's not even on here. I'm curious about watching the 3 mega projects that are breaking Australia's riches. I'm curious. I'm going to watch it. I mean, why not? Got nothing. I'm just curious about some of these projects. I didn't even know about half of them because I don't follow it as much as I should. Let's check this one out, and then we'll probably finish this group. There are some other creators that are from Australia I want to look at, of course.
$194 billion in debt.
Yeah, we
3
already know about
colossal
this one.
projects, and Australia's richest state gambling its future. The
Oh,
metro
this
tunnel
is the-
just
I think
opened
this is-
November 30th, 2025.
Is this the same one? No, this is a different one. Yeah, this is definitely a different one. Okay, cool.
Passengers are riding through Melbourne's newest underground marvel. But while commuters celebrate, Victoria is hitting record debt levels that would make most countries nervous.
Yeah, I know we are definitely having money issues, guys. But I think in the long run, it's worth it. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm wrong? Come on. Tell me, am I wrong or
Megaprojects are
right?
reshaping the city. One delivered on time and budget. One became a nightmare of delays and cost blowouts.
Yeah, of
And
course
one
it is.
threatens to bankrupt the entire state. By 2029, Victoria's debt will reach $194 billion. The interest payments alone could fund the entire suburban rail loop. This is engineering ambition, gambling a state's future. Let's find out how we got here. The Metro Tunnel is everything a megaproject should be. 9 kilometers of twin tunnels carved beneath Melbourne's beating heart. 5 underground stations that feel more like cathedrals than subway stops.
All right.
Construction began in 2018 with tunnel boring machines named Joan and Meg.
Ah,
These
yes.
mechanical beasts weighed 4,000 tons each.
Man, that's a lot of weight, guys. Imagine being that heavy, huh? I think they need to go on a cutting exercise, you know, for the gym.
And stretched 130 meters from nose to tail.
Jesus,
Chewed
that's
through rock
long.
and clay 25 meters below the surface, advancing 15 meters per day through some of Melbourne's most challenging geology. The underground obstacle course was mind-bending. Water mains, gas pipes, electrical cables, and century-old sewers all had to be mapped and protected. Some infrastructure
Definitely.
dated back to the 1800s, with no accurate records of exact locations. Ground-penetrating radar.
I'm really
and
interested in
careful
this stuff,
excavation
guys. Let me
revealed
know what you
surprises
guys
at
think.
every turn. The engineering was surgical. At State Library Station, workers excavated a cavern 240 meters long and 20 meters wide, directly beneath one of Melbourne's most treasured buildings. The platforms stretch 18 meters across, some of the widest metro platforms on Earth. Every cubic meter of soil removal required precision monitoring
Damn.
to prevent any settlement damage to the heritage structure above.
Come on, guys.
But the real achievement was staying on schedule and budget. The tunnel opened November 30th, 2025, exactly as planned.
Good.
Full passenger service began February 1st,
At least that's not.
2026.
At least they're doing
The
something
final
right.
cost, $15 billion, right on target.
Yep. So this is the
what
one we
victory
just
looks like
watched.
in mega project terms. The Metro Tunnel adds 1,000 weekly train services to Melbourne's network.
Damn.
It's the first major rail reconfiguration in decades, connecting the Cranbourne and Pakenham lines to the Sunbury line for the first time.
Oh, yep.
Passengers who once faced 90-minute commutes now reach the city in 45 minutes.
Oh, it's
The tunnel
definitely an
handles
improvement.
200,000 passengers daily,
Half the
taking
time.
pressure off the overcrowded city loop. The success wasn't accidental. The Victorian government learned from Sydney's costly metro mistakes. They locked in contracts early, managed soil conditions carefully, and avoided the scope creep that kills budgets.
Yeah.
The Metro Tunnel proved that mega projects could succeed with proper planning, realistic budgeting, and disciplined execution. It set a standard that would make the
Yeah, I
failures
think
of
the
its cities
engineering
even more
definitely
painful to
helped.
witness. Yet this triumph would soon be overshadowed by its troubled siblings. The Westgate Tunnel was supposed to be simple.
Okay, here we
a
go.
$5.5
Something
billion
different.
solution to Melbourne's western traffic nightmare, ready by September 2022. Instead, it became a masterclass in how mega
I think I
projects
remember
spiral
this
out of
one.
control. The concept seemed straightforward. Dig 4-kilometer twin tunnels under Yarraville, build
Yep.
elevated tollways, and give western suburbs a direct route to the city.
Yep,
No more crawling across
straightforward.
the aging Westgate Bridge in peak hour traffic. Construction began in 2018 with confidence and fanfare. Then reality hit. The
Uh-oh.
soil was contaminated. Decades of industrial activity had poisoned the earth with chemicals that couldn't
Oh,
simply
so
be
that's
dumped in
why
regular
it became a
landfills.
problem.
Every cubic meter needed special treatment, special
Damn.
transport, special disposal sites. The budget exploded. 5.5
Yeah, it definitely
billion
would.
dollars became 7, then 9, then nearly 12 billion. More than double the original promise. The timeline collapsed. September 2022 became 23, then 24, then maybe by the end of 25. 3 years behind
still
schedule and
going.
counting. But the government pressed on.
Yeah,
Too
well,
much-
sometimes it's gonna happen. It just happens. You got two options when this kind of thing happens: scrap it, or just deal with it and move on. I personally think they should just move on. They're going to lose money, obviously, but the benefits for the city is greater than any money you'll lose. I'm not a person that really gives a shit about money too much. If I lose a little bit of money there and there, so be it. I mean, I'm that type of person. But I'm not really money focused. I'm more of the here's the thing. As long as you got money to survive, that's what matters to me.
Much money was already in the ground. Too many political promises were at stake. The tunnels themselves are impressive. Boring machines carved
Yeah.
through challenging geology while traffic flowed overhead. The elevated sections soar 40 meters above residential streets,
Damn.
requiring precision engineering to minimize noise and visual impact. On November 16th, 2025,
I don't even know about half
over
of these
50,000
roads.
people walked through the completed tunnels on Discovery Day. Families strolled where cars would soon speed. Children ran through spaces that would be off limits forever once traffic began. The Westgate Tunnel became a
Definitely.
warning. It showed how quickly a straightforward project could become a financial disaster. The contaminated soil crisis alone added $4 billion to the budget. Yet even this nightmare pales beside the monster still under construction. The suburban rail loop makes the Westgate Tunnel look like pocket change. It's a 90-kilometer orbital railway that would circle Melbourne's suburbs, connecting every major train line without touching the city centre.
Oh, now this is what we need. This I can live with, guys. That means I can get to my mate's house much faster than normal. I don't know why I'm checking my phone. Oh yeah, this will make it much easier to get to my friend's house because she lives over on this direction. She lives a bit further out. I live around, I think, here somewhere. So if there's a train line going here to there, that'll make it look like, okay, yes, it's a bit further away, but we'll see how we go.
Think of it as Melbourne's version of London's Circle Line. but carved entirely through rock and clay.
It goes to Box
The
Hill,
original
which is
pitch in
perfect.
2018 was seductive. $34.5 billion for the complete loop. 3 phases over decades.
You know what? If this
A
gets done, I
transformational
might have to
project
do
that
this,
would
guys,
reshape
as
how
a
5
video.
million people move around Australia's
I'll
second
never do a
largest city.
stream because I'm not that
The
type of
reality is
person,
far
but I
more
can
expensive.
definitely do a video.
Phase 1 alone, covering just the eastern section from...
Alright, here we go. Look at this, guys. Oh, actually would help me out. Okay, I'm going to give you... Guys, I'm going to give myself into trouble here. I don't care. I'm always doing that. I live right there, Heidelberg. I've got Reservoir over there, which is very close. Actually, that's funny. If it connects from Heidelberg directly to Reservoir, I can get to the boys' house in minutes. Instead of going all the way to Northlands and catching a bus out, which is my shopping centre. But it doesn't really matter because it's not much. It's not really a long trip. It's like 30 minutes in total, so it's not a big difference. Now this one here, from here to here, would be different. A big difference. Because I usually catch a bus from my area. It will go all the way around here to Box Hill. We can catch a train directly from the train station straight there. I'll probably get half there and half the time. Then I can catch another train from Box Hill all the way out to where my friends is. Much further over that direction. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Cheltenham to Box Hill now costs over $95 billion.
What? 95 billion? I mean, the other two don't even come close.
That's more than double the original estimate for the entire loop. We're talking about 26 kilometers of fully tunneled metro corridor that will take 13 years to complete.
Yeah, I imagine
Construction
so.
is already underway. Tunnel boring machines are arriving in early 2026, ready to chew through Melbourne's eastern suburbs.
Good. I want to see. I'm going to keep an eye on this, guys. We'll keep an eye on this.
Monuments to ambition. The engineering challenges are immense. The tunnels must pass beneath existing rail lines, highways, and thousands of homes. Each station requires...
That's going to be such a risk because if they screw up, they could cause a gas explosion or a sewage issue or even cut power or even collapse a building. Now, Heidelberg and Doncaster and all that, I've got a lot of buildings. Heidelberg's been really developing bigger buildings, so maybe one day, guys, if the channel wants it, we should go down to this Melbourne. It's funny because this channel originally was for my gaming, doing my trading card stuff, but and all that, which I still do. I do still do it on this channel, just not as much because that requires maling. Oh yeah, on the side, this kind of stuff is interesting to me.
Massive excavations in densely populated areas. The Monash station alone sits beneath one
God.
of Australia's busiest university campuses. But the real challenge isn't engineering, it's political survival. Opposition leader
Yes, the political problems.
Brad Batten has promised to cancel the project if elected in 20...
Yeah, well, I don't know if you should be doing that, dude. Here's the thing. They've already started it. What's the fucking point of cancelling? Look at this guy. It looks like he's drunk. You shouldn't be cancelling projects just because... Yes, okay, yes, it's expensive. I'm not going to deny that. It's a lot of money. But the benefits will definitely outweigh the cost in the long term. Sometimes you just got to look at the long term, guys. Stop looking at the short term.
2026, declaring, "We cannot afford this white elephant," at every press conference. The Liberal Party sees the suburban rail loop as their path back to power. Yet cancellation might be impossible, with contracts worth billions already signed and tunnel boring machines costing hundreds of...
Yeah, so it already started, so there's no point cancelling it. You're too late, dude.
...millions. The compensation payments alone could reach $20 billion.
Yeah, there's no point to doing that. There's no point now. You better have gone through it with it. It's already mostly paid off in a way and all that, so there's no point making it more expensive if you did shit.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese signals more federal funding is coming.
And I don't like him. This guy is a piece of POS. I do not like Anthony Albanese lately. He's too much of a lefty. Not so much lefty, and more take this too much to the political problems we're having in Australia. I'm not going to say anything more than that. I don't want to get this channel in trouble.
Despite already pledging $9 billion.
Oh, $9 billion out of what? How much is it? 95 billion? Yeah, like that's fucking close. Still dipshit. I hate him so much sometimes.
Commonwealth knows Victoria's collapse would ripple across the national economy. The project has created its own momentum. Too many jobs depend on it. Too many suppliers are locked in. Too many political careers are staked on its success. Construction workers speak of generational employment. Entire families plan their futures around suburban rail loop contracts. Engineering firms have hired thousands specifically for this project.
You can't change now. Too late.
Passengers daily. Travel time from Monash University to Melbourne Airport will drop from 90 minutes to 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's definitely an improvement.
Benefits, proponents argue, will justify every dollar. But the costs keep climbing. Inflation hits
That's
mega
the issue
projects
we
harder than
haven't.
household budgets. Steel prices surge. Concrete
Yeah, it's going to cost more, guys. It's going to be expensive. What do you expect? It's
costs double. Skilled labor becomes scarce as every state pursues infrastructure spending. The suburban rail loop has become too big to cancel and too expensive to complete. It's the ultimate mega project trap, driving Victoria toward a fiscal cliff with no easy escape.
my recommendation.
The
Just
Auditor
do it.
General's warning is stark. Victoria's debt trajectory is not financially sustainable. By 2029, the state will owe $194 billion. Interest payments
Okay, that's not as bad as you think it is, but we probably can pay that off.
have become the
Once we get these infrastructure stuff done, we probably won't need to do one for a while, so it's probably start paying it off. As long as we can keep the jobs going up and the crime. The crime's the bigger issue.
fastest growing expense in the budget, consuming $36 billion over 4 years.
Yeah.
That's enough money to build the entire metro tunnel twice over. The debt spiral threatens more than just Victoria's budget.
Oh,
If Australia's economic powerhouse stumbles under this burden, the shockwaves will ripple across the national economy. Victoria generates 25% of Australia's GDP. Its
yeah.
collapse would drag down the entire federation. The irony is crushing. The metro tunnel success is overshadowed by the financial crisis created by its siblings. One triumph, one disaster, one monster, and together they're breaking Australia's richest state. What do you think? Are these mega projects worth the massive debt they're creating? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories about the world's most ambitious engineering gambles.
I think it is overall. I mean, yes, it's going to cost a lot of money and it's going to take time to repay. But I personally think it would be, like I said, money is one of those things that we can make more money, okay? We could just make more money. Anyway, I'm going to stop watching these ones because there are a lot of like stuff on the side we could be watching, but I think it's enough for the this type of stuff. I'm going to look at some other Australian creators and then we'll work something else out afterwards. We're nearly 45 minutes into the stream, so... what's the wrong button?